what I'm trying to say this morning. Can someone remind us about the 4 persons we encountered? The 4 Jewish sons we encountered in that text. Can we remind us about our names? What were their names? Yes? Azariah. Good. These 3 men, I said this morning, we are in a very difficult situation. Very uncomfortable. Worse than the situation we are even living now, because here we are in town and in a place where we can at least have the possibility of study, where the teachers come, where we can eat, where we can walk and rest, which means at least we have better conditions than those people. But, as I said, because they had seen what they wanted to know, what they wanted to be, and had decided that they were going to put in everything in order to become what they wanted to be, people who are faithful to their religion, people who are faithful to being people of integrity, they accepted to go through the stress, but never to give up on what they needed. They accepted to pay the price, to take the risk of even proposing what they wanted to the eunuch as penance. It means that each and every one of us should know what we want. Know what we want, and also check and find out what we need in order to have what we want. What is the risk we have to take in order to have what we want? What is the means we need to put in place in order to have what we want? This is important. First thing, we observe ourselves. We observe the talents we have received from God, and then we discover, this is what I like. This is what I want to become. And then we ask ourselves, what does it take to become what I want? Who are the people who are before me who can help me in order that I realize what I need? It's important to have that. And what are the obstacles that I would like to face to become what I want? First thing, what I want to become, I need to know it. And how do I know it? By listening to myself, by observing myself, by looking at what I do with ease, by looking at what gives me happiness and joy when I do it. And from there, I know what I want to be. What God wants me to do in order to contribute in making the world better, in making myself better. When we discover that, we then ask ourselves, what does it take to become what I want to become? Who are the people around me, my teachers, my educators, other friends, other elder brothers and sisters, who can help me with advice, with encouragement, with coaching, with ideas about what I want to become in order that I do that and I realize it properly? And finally, what are the possible obstacles that I may face in the process of trying to become what I want to become? In the Bible, it is one text helps us as well. Besides the text from Daniel, there is another text. That one, Jesus is saying that if a king, it would be wise for any king who wants to go to war to sit down and evaluate what he can be able to do with the number of men, the number of soldiers, with the means he has. And evaluate also the strength of the other army that he is going to face. If he discovers that the people he has, the means he has, is less, and that if he engages in war against the other person who is stronger, he will not succeed, then at that moment, it will be important for him to negotiate, not to go to war, to send a delegation to negotiate for peace, to broker for peace, before the army, before the attack starts. In the same way, when someone, it will be wise for any man who wants to build a house to first of all evaluate what will be necessary for him to build a house from the beginning to the end, such that he doesn't start the house and is unable to finish, and the others laugh and mock at him for not being capable of finishing a house that he started building. That is why I am saying that it's important to know what we want, know what we think, what we feel from our being, and from the observations we have made, we are called upon to become. Find out the means we need, find out the other resources, the other people, and the other persons who can help and advise us and accompany us and encourage us even in the moments of discouragement, and also the other army, I mean the obstacles that you are going to face. And that you will be able to first of all prepare your mind that there will be obstacles. Secondly, we will be able to think and anticipate the ways of going around the obstacles, of going above the obstacles. So, the question I'm asking each and every one of you now is, what do you want? Take your time, reflect properly, and ask yourself this question and look for a personal answer. What do you want to become? Okay? Is that clear? Ask yourself, what do I want to become? What do I feel I should become in order to be happy, in order to be better than I am now, and in order to contribute to the well-being of the world, so that the world is better than I need it? And then, who are the people who can help you to be able to realize what you want to become? And finally, what are the possible obstacles you are going to find on your way in struggling to realize what you want to realize? I know that many of us have never asked ourselves why or what we want to become. Some of us are here in school because our parents have sent us. Am I lying? Am I lying? At this material moment, some of you, and if you are one of them, tell yourself that your parents are doing what they have to do, but they are not, it is not because they have sent you that you should be here. You should be here for your own personal reasons. You should be here for your own personal reasons. You should find a reason why you are here. And when you find the reason why you are here, at that moment you will do well. Now, I want to ask a few persons who might already have an idea of what they want to become, to tell us what they want to become. First thing. Secondly, to share with us what it will take to become what they want to become. That is what they know already of what they need to do in order to become what they want to be. The next thing, who are the people who can help them to become what they want to become, and what are the possible obstacles that they are going to encounter in their journey towards becoming what they want to become. Is there someone who knows what he or she wants to become already and wants to share with us? Yes? You want to become a doctor? Okay, tell us. Please stand up. What does it take to become a medical doctor? Study hard. But what do you need to study particularly? That without which you cannot become a medical doctor. Have you thought about that? Keep talking, keep thinking, and asking questions so that you arrive at getting what it takes. What you must take very serious in order to become a good medical doctor. Is that right? Very good. Okay? Any other person who wants to share? Let us take from this other end. Yes?
I want to become a civil engineer.
A civil engineer. Thank you. And have you already known what it takes to become a civil engineer? What do you know already? What does it take to become a civil engineer?
Then you need to pass very well in science
You need to pass very well in science
subjects.
subjects. And what are the science subjects you are talking about in this case?
Physics, chemistry, biology, and geography. And maths.
Okay, thank you. Do you know any other person? Please, I'm still talking to you, Randall. Do you know the people who can help you, who can give you more ideas, who can accompany you, who can give you enough coaching so that you can be able to realize your dream? You don't know yet. You keep looking for them. If you want to become a civil engineer, try to get in contact with civil engineers. Okay? Good ones. And see what they do. Look at the work they do. Get closer to them. Ask them questions about the things you need to do in order to become a good civil engineer. Now, let me end by this. Do you know the type of obstacles you might find on the way to becoming a civil engineer? What are they, and what do you think you will have to do in order to go about that? Speak aloud.
They can give you money to do. They can give you a contract, and they give you money that is not enough.
Okay. Insufficient funds, for example, where they want you to do some work and the work money is not enough. Yes. What else? Any other obstacle? Okay, for the moment that is okay. Thank you. Clap for him, please. Who else wants to share? Who knows what she wants to become and wants to share with us? Yes? You will tell us your name and then you tell us what you want to become, the means or what it takes to become that, the people who can help you, finally the obstacles and how you can go beyond those obstacles. Speak aloud.
My name is Karen. I want to be a doctor.
Okay. A medical doctor. It's always good to precise. A medical doctor. Okay? So what does it take to become a medical doctor? Okay. But what are the major subjects that one needs to become a medical doctor? The subjects without which it will be difficult to become a medical doctor. Do you know them? I am asking, what are the subjects that you need to be good in order to become a good medical doctor? Okay? That is good. Those are the subjects. And therefore, and I'm not saying that the other subjects are useless. I don't know. I don't know how your teachers have been teaching you about a number of things. But take note. There are people, for example, when I was growing up, when I was in Form 2, I read a novel that was written by a maths teacher. The title of the novel is The Good Foot, and it was written by Pete and Sandra Eber, and Pete and Sandra Eber was a mathematician. Those who are curious, you can look for that novel and read. You will see that the author is a mathematician. What you need, in fact, I'm saying here is this. We don't have to limit ourselves to thinking that if we are a science student, we can only concentrate on things that are science. No. Okay? Now, for example, when I act, I can teach things that are from the arts as well as things that are from the sciences. For example, someone will think that someone who speaks French or English or the languages properly did arts, right? Right? But I am a science-oriented student. But at the same time, I have mastered a number of things in the domain of the arts. Tell that man to stand up. You're standing behind them. Don't waste our time. Go this way. Go this way. Stand behind them. So, any other, yes, learning the sciences. Now, who are the people who can help you to become a better medical doctor? Do you know them? Do you know a medical doctor already? Do you know someone who is a medical doctor? Good. Even if you don't know now, it's not a problem. But what I'm telling you is that when you want to become something, look for someone who is in that domain and who is very good and who can accompany you in becoming what you want to become. That means you will have to look for someone who is a medical doctor. First of all, ask the person, how did you become a medical doctor? What does it take to become a medical doctor? The person will help you more. And what are the obstacles of being a medical doctor? Okay? Good. Sit down. We will take two last persons. Two only. One from this end, one from this end. And then we will see what to do. Okay, let's say 4. 2 here, 2 here. One boy from here, one there, one there. Yes? You tell us your name.
My name is Batsla Barry.
Uh-huh. Okay. And what does it take to become a medical doctor? Huh?
I study all those subjects,
Okay.
especially biology.
Okay. And do you know someone who is a medical doctor or someone who can help you to know more about what you have to do to become a medical doctor? Okay. Get closer to the person and keep asking the person the questions. Let the person keep accompanying you and so that you can be able to get used to knowing what it takes to become a medical doctor. Okay? Good. It appears only the girls are this way. So we are going to take the 2 girls from here and the 2 boys from there. Huh? Why is it that the girls are sitting on one side and the boys on one side? That answer is not justified. Yes? Sandy. Complete. The name should be complete. Sandy is no name. Please. No. My name is, even if yes? Yes. And use that term properly so that I know what you are talking about. Please, we listen. She's the only one talking now. What? And what does that person do? Ophthalmologist. Ophthalmologist. Okay. Please, let us be respectful. There are some of you who cannot talk. And when someone opts to talk, we listen. Okay? An ophthalmologist, as she has said, already she has told us who an ophthalmologist is. What he or she does. Because it can be a man, it can be a woman. Okay. It's a specialist, it's a medical doctor who specializes in all the illnesses of the eyes. So what does it take to become an ophthalmologist? Yes. In fact, we have to study all the subjects we study but be very serious with these particular ones because they help us to become a good ophthalmologist. Okay, do you know someone who is an ophthalmologist? Everybody, ophthalmologist. And the science is called ophthalmology. Good. So she wants to become an ophthalmologist. I am asking, do you know someone who is an ophthalmologist already? You need to know someone who is an ophthalmologist. And get closer to the person and find out what it takes to become an ophthalmologist. As you said, studying human biology and biology will help you. First of all, in biology we always study the arm, the human arm. Its structure, its components, the functions of each part, and how the world functions. First of all, it means you have to take note of everything about the human body, but particularly about the arm. The arm. How it is, what it is made up of, how it functions, and all that surrounds it. Yes. Have you thought about the possible obstacles you are going to find on your way? You have to keep looking at that because know that they will always be there. I remember last year, I don't know whether it will be necessary for me to remind or to repeat those things, but I said, one of the things that we were told last time is that hard work is the key to success. And hard work has cost some bit of sacrifice. And therefore there is no way lazing around can help us to realize what we have to realize. Is that clear? Well, thank you. Sit down. Cover all please. We will take the last ball from here and then we'll come back to the verse. Yes? Albert, tell me. Please, we listen. Yes? You want to be a spotter. Okay. What type of sport? What type of sport do you want to become? That is, what type of sport do you want to specialize in? Is it football? Is it handball? Because men also play handball. Is it volleyball? Is it athletics? Or what type? You want to become a footballer? Okay. Please listen. What does it take to become a footballer? Tell me. What do we need to know? What do we need to become? Tell us, what do we need to do to become a good footballer? Please, please. The only voice I should hear should be his. Okay? Yes? Okay. Who are the footballers, the very famous footballers that you know? You know Messi. In Cameroon, who are the footballers you know? Good. What I was saying is this, and you should take note of this. Even whatever you want to become, as I said, you can be the best in whatever you want to become. You can be the best in whatever you want to become. But we need to know, first of all, what it takes to become that. And we need to know the different people who have been good in that and also can accompany us into becoming that. And at the same time, all that you are studying, first of all, the language, the maths, the English, that is the languages, English, French, and the other ones. And for him, as he is talking about athletics, is one of the physical exercises. And as we can see, as I said, we have to follow our passion properly and make sure that we succeed in it. And everything that we do contributes to our well-being and to the well-being of every other person. So, You keep looking for what you need to do in order to become a good footballer. But as I said, we need to learn already the basic things. English, that is the languages, English, French, and maths. With the other things that surround that, because it will help you to negotiate your contracts. And then you have to, for those who want to be sporters, athletes, you need to do a lot of physical exercise to keep fit. Is that clear? Clap for him. Last person from here. You tell your friends who you are, what you want to become, the means it takes to become what you want to be. Then, the people who can accompany you and help you, and then the obstacles that you have identified already. Please, we listen. Please. Okay, so, do you know the people who can accompany you in that? Yes, and then, what are the possible obstacles that you can find on your way? Okay. See, there's one thing, and I heard people laugh and smile when she said she wants to become a primary school teacher. Myself, I'm a primary school teacher. That's the first thing I did. After high school, I went to the teacher training college. And then after that, when I started working, after working for some time, I decided to become a primary school teacher, but who is a priest. And that is how I joined the Order of the Pious Schools, the Congregation of the Careless Fathers. And I went through all the studies I have gone through. And you have to notice one thing. It is not because in Cameroon, primary school teachers are the people that are not respected and are not paid properly that you think that primary school teachers are useless people. The first statesmen of Cameroon, most of them were primary school teachers. I'm talking about this part of Cameroon, the English-speaking part of Cameroon. John Foncha was a primary school teacher. And he became the first prime minister of West, that is the prime minister of West Cameroon. Also. And in very serious countries, the best teachers are the teachers of the primary school. And I am dreaming that in the future, in this country as well, we will have the best teachers in the primary school because they are the ones who start initiating children, little children into knowledge. And therefore they should be the best. Continue pursuing your dreams. You will have a doctorate degree and be capable of teaching from the primary school to the university. Is that fair? You keep working hard. Thank you. Clap for her, please. I want us to stop here because I don't want us to make it too long so that we forget everything I have been talking about. Now, the final thing is I want to find out from you what you will retain from what I'm sharing. What do we have to remember from what we have been saying from the very morning, from this morning? What do we remember? Yes? Yes, that's the first thing. We must find out what we have to be, what we want to become in the future. And how do we find out what we want to become? I'm not talking about the future. Even now, from now, already, you start building up to become what you want to become. How do we do to know what we want to become? What do we do? Yes? Not yet that. Because we need to know what we want before looking for help from outside. So, how do we do to know what we want? Yes, or what we can be good at?
Find out what you like to do that will influence your life.
Good. You observe yourself, you know what you like to do, and that is easy for you without stressing too much. What makes you happy when you are doing, and that is going to make your life better, and that is going to help in making the lives of others better, the life of society better. Okay, after that, after knowing what we want, what next do we have to know? What do we need to find out? Yes? Amen. Speak aloud. We need to know, thank you, the means that we have to use in order to become what we want to become. So, what do we need in order to become what we want to become? In it, we have the subjects, as he says. In it, we have also the people who can help us, who can accompany us, who can be coaches and mentors to us, to accompany us to become what we want. What else? What else do we need to do? Yes, from? Okay, that is at the level of defining of what we want to do. Yes? Remind us your name. Huh? Your name is Go Daniel. Okay? Yes, we need to know that to realize what we want to realize, we are going to make challenges and we have to make sacrifices to reach to where we are going. Yes? Very good. We need to know the obstacles that are likely going to be on our way, so that we can be able to anticipate, so that we can be able to become and face those obstacles properly. That is all I wanted to share with us today. We can become what we want to become, but to become what we want to become, we have to know what it is. And to know what it is, we need to know ourselves properly. What is it that makes me happy? What is it that I do with ease? What is it that will make my life better and that will make me to make the lives of my society and of other people better? What does it take to become what I need to become? And who are the people who can help me to become what I have to become? And then, finally, what are the possible obstacles that I'm going to find on my way? And that, to be able to realize anything worthwhile, we need to sacrifice. Sacrifice may be a bit of time to concentrate. The time that we take and play should be the time that is meant for